Hello and welcome to the Race Hut. My name is Rich and I'm very excited to introduce a new member, or should I say members of our Race Hut stable. WRC, Rallycross and generally going very sideways has always been close to our hearts here at the Race Hut, and despite doing a number of events in the past with our trusty Subarus, we all agreed it's time for a bit of an update. Now, as we can all see here, we do have the giants of recent years, Citroën, who with the help of a particular Frenchman named Sébastien Loeb, have managed to lock out recent years with a ridiculous amount of championship titles. With Citroën's demise, however, came the Volkswagen Polo, which up until very recently looked to be following Citroën's example with back-to-back wins, but due to a very clever person at Volkswagen who thought omissions don't really matter for some reason, they've been hit with the money hammer and, as of 2016, have pulled out of WRC. Bad times, but still very thankful to have a very quick car. Last but by no means least, we of course have the trusty Ford Fiesta. Weapon of choice for hoonigans worldwide, thanks to some bloke called Ken Block, and holding their own in Rallycross series worldwide, the Fiesta is certainly a fan favourite. However, unlike its French and German friends, the Fiesta is yet to hold a WRC title, but with Volkswagen pulling out, who knows? Now, to go alongside our new cars and pay homage to the sport if you like, we've been very much looking forward to introducing some new dynamics and some new elements to our formats. One such example, as we can see here, is the world of night racing. Now, with rally cars and rallycross cars being absolutely littered with spotlights at the front, visibility should not be an issue. So, despite hearing every excuse under the sun, we look forward to some nice clean racing. Now, no introduction would be complete without your classic onboard, and here we have the Citroën, my personal favourite, and we're going to be demonstrating one of our fantastic mountain loops. As you can see here, the course does feature many different types of bends. You have your classic sweepers, very fast sections of the track, and then the further you make your way up the mountain, you have your classic hairpins. Now, as we're about to see, many different ways of doing these corners. I go for the sensible approach here. Nice steady entry, miss the apex somewhat, but about to see there is a slightly more fun approach of going in absolutely sideways. Now, one of the great features of this track is the higher up the mountain you go, the braver you have to be. Depending on where you are on the track, you'll quickly find that some corners have guardrails and some corners don't. So that means if you put a wheel on the grass and you do make a mistake, you could find yourself quite quickly tumbling off the side of the mountain. Now, as we all know, generally not the fastest way around the circuit, but in the rallying spirit, does add for an element of dread. Once at the summit, it is of course time to climb your way back down the mountain. Now, the track does change quite dramatically. Here we have a very, very fast right-hander, 5th gear on the way in, and then you quickly find yourself going down to 4th, and it's all about missing this wall on the right-hand side. Up next though is my personal favourite, a fantastic corner, 4th gear on the way in, down to 2nd, right on the power, let the car step right out. And then to finalise our descent, we have a very fiddly chicane, 2nd gear on the way in, and then snatch 3rd, up over the left-hander, and then we start making our way back down towards the town where we started. Now, this corner can be an absolute nightmare, very, very fast. I choose to go down to 5th on the way in, straight on the power though, clip the grass on the right-hand side, and by all means try and avoid this sign on the left-hand side. No points for hitting it, I'm afraid. And then we're back over the bridge into the town where we started. Can be quite tricky here. 5th gear, 4th gear on this left-hander, and just try and avoid this collection of bales on the left. And now we're into the town itself. And then your traditional Scandinavian flick, 2nd gear, 1st gear, back on the power, and away we go. So approaching the final couple of corners here, that was a very brief tour of the mountain. It's one of my personal favourite circuits, and we're very pleased to have these cars available to drive. And as we can see up ahead is the start finish line and the first couple of corners where we started our onboard.
03.57.
So there we have it, there's our new arrivals to our Race Hut garage, and we're all looking forward to seeing you guys come down, drive them for yourself, and your opinions on the track and the cars, of course. Now, in the days and months to come, we're of course looking forward to boosting our circuit lineup with some new additions just to complement these fantastic cars, but for the time being, they most certainly deserve the crown of Kings of the Mountain. However, we're not entirely sure how long that will last. Thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you at the Race Huts very soon.